When I first started coding, I thought being a great developer meant one thing: writing perfect code. Elegant syntax, clever algorithms, zero bugs. I spent hours optimizing, refactoring, diving deep into documentation. And then, when I joined my first team, I quickly realized that maybe was just 10% of the job. It sounds provocative, right? Especially if you're a junior developer or someone still grinding through tutorials. But the truth is, as soon as you advance in your career, the actual act of typing out lines of code becomes smaller and smaller part of your day. And if you don't understand why, you're going to hit a ceiling much faster than you think. So if coding is only 10%, what's the other 90%? Let's break it down right now. Understanding communication. Before you even think to write a single line of code, you're expected to understand what the problem is. And I mean, really understand, not just build an email sender, but why are we sending these emails? Who are they for? What's the business impact? What are the edge cases? This involves a few things: active listening in meetings with product managers, with other engineers, being able to ask the right questions, probing for clarity, identifying those hidden requirements, being able to translate business needs into technical specs, taking vague ideas and turning them into concrete, actionable tasks, and explaining complex ideas simply. You need to be able to explain to non technical stakeholders, to junior team members, even explaining in your documentation. And if you can't communicate your brilliant solutions, well, they might as well not exist. Next, and arguably one of the most biggest chunks: collaboration and coordination. Unless you're a solo founder, you're part of a team. Your code doesn't live in a vacuum. And this means that you need to be involved in code reviews, right? Being able to give constructive feedback and being able to gracefully receive it. It's not about being right, but it's about making the team's code better. Pair programming, right? Working directly with colleagues to solve problems. Project management, dealing with Jira, Trello, stand-ups, sprint planning, understanding dependencies, estimating tasks, and even unblocking others. What about mentorship, right? Guiding junior developers, sharing your knowledge. Even if you're not officially a mentor, helping out others is crucial. And the last, resolving conflicts, technical disagreements, interpersonal issues. It's all part of the job, it's all part of the process. And then we come to something that's really important: problem solving and debugging. Not just your own code, right? This expands into system wide thinking, being able to debug production issues. When something breaks at 2 a.m., it's rarely because of a typo, right? It's often a complex interplay of services, networks, databases, third party APIs. And this requires real detective work, critical thinking, and often no actual coding. Well, initially, that is. And then let's look at system design, right? How do those pieces fit together? What's the trade offs of different architectures? This isn't just about writing code, but it's about designing the skeleton the code will fill, right? And then, probably one of the most important things: performance optimization, right? You need to be able to identify those bottlenecks, not just in your function, right? But across the entire application stack. Is it the database? Is it the network? Is it a bad query? These are all about analytical thinking, not just writing new features. And finally, a huge one that underpins everything else: learning and adaptability. The tech landscape changes constantly, and we've seen that across the last couple of years, right? You need to be able to stay up to date, right? New frameworks, new languages, new paradigms, even new AI tools, right? Being able to read documentation, right? I know it's not glamorous, right? But it is essential. And you need to be a little bit experimentational, right? Trying out new tools, learning new patterns, right? And you need to be able to embrace change, being open to new ways of doing things, even if that means throwing out old habits. This isn't about reading articles. It's about deliberately evolving your skill set just beyond typing code. So, why does this matter, right? Because if you only focus on the 10% just writing code, you'll struggle to become truly valuable senior developer. You'll be great at executing, but not at leading, not at designing, not at navigating the complexities of the real world product team. And here's how you're going to achieve that, right? How to get the other 90% of the skills today, regardless of your experience level. Number one, you need to ask why in every task, in every feature. Ask what the problem it is and what it solves and for who. Practice active listening in meetings. Try to paraphrase what others say to confirm your understanding. Number three, offer help. Look for opportunities to mentor or unblock a teammate. Number four, volunteer for messy tasks, production bugs, legacy code, system design discussions. These are where you learn the most. And finally, read beyond the code. Look into system architecture, into product management, even into business strategy. The amalgamation of all these things are what going to make you learn that 90% of what's required to be a good senior developer. And finally, being a great developer today means being a great problem solver, a great communicator, a great collaborator. The code is just a tool that we use to implement those solutions. What do you think is the most underrated skill for developers? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more insights into building a thriving developer career. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.